back to my channel. I am Joyce and this is
Warner.
He's my husband and he is here with us today because we will be talking about our budget and salary as a couple who works in the NHS. For a bit of background, we will first talk about our current post and what is our salary.
I work as a clinical nurse specialist in London. So London per se is a region in the UK rather than London City. So there's two Londons. And within the region of London, there's allocated allowances provided by the government. So I work in the outer London region, which we get around 15% of our annual salary on top as a supplement for the cost of living. And I've been working for around over 4 years now, well, coming to 5 years as Band 7, so I'm in the middle range of the pay scale. So my net salary at the moment is around, minimum I'll get is around £3,100. So that's gonna be after they deduct my income tax, which is payee, as they call it here in the UK. My national insurance fee, national insurance, they deduct it from there, and my NHS pension, which is around just over 10%.
And for myself, so I am working as a new Band 6 and in the NHS as an interventional radiology nurse, and I earn 2,600. And I've just started having on-call, so roughly it will be around 2,600 to 2,700. Now we will share with you our budget allocation. So Warner will be discussing with you where the vast majority of our budget goes, which is our expenses.
Half of our income really goes to our living expenses, well, almost half. So we all know housing in London is very expensive. Even getting a house is really expensive, but that's another topic for another day. So we spend around over £1,300 in rent by itself. So it depends on the area you live. You will have a council tax on top of the rent. So in our area where we live, it's quite expensive. So we pay around almost £250 per month. So you pay that for 10 months, and then the last 2 months of the year is, well, I wouldn't say free, but they only collect it in a 10-month period for the whole year. So we allocate for water, gas and electricity around £150 per month. Now, we've never really reached £150 per month, so that's good. But again, it depends on you, on how much you use the heater, how much you use electricity. Now, in terms of water, we used to just allocate around, well, actually, we did allocate £50 to it. But we were really just being charged around £35 per month. But this tax year that came, they've increased by quite a lot. So they're now charging us over £50. For both internet and phone service, we allocate around less than 100, probably £100 is good enough. It's more than enough, I think. Transport-wise, we don't have a definite amount that we allocate to transport because we just cycle to work. So our work is just 20 minutes away or less than 30 minutes away, depends on how fast you cycle. So yeah, we just cycle to work. So we have no transport expenses. So that's really good. And last but not the least, but the second to the most heavy of them all is the groceries. So we used to allocate £500 a month. Doesn't matter how many weeks in a month. We allocate £500 for the food, supplements, cleaning products, whatever. But that's not enough. So 500 isn't enough. But take note that we spend a lot on food. We buy a lot of vegetables because we are serious in our dieting.
And health and longevity.
And health and longevity. So that's why we spend a lot. So we've increased our budget by another £100. So we allocate £600 of our monthly income in groceries. Subscriptions, we'll call it. So one is our nursing registration. So we have to pay £120 yearly into NMC, the Nursing and Midwifery Council. When I came here to the UK, I was pretty aware about protection for yourself. So that's why I joined the a union as soon as I got to work here in the UK. So I joined Unison and she joined the Royal College of Nursing. So we around spend £40 for it a month. Life insurance, so we made sure that we get life insurance so that if in the untimely death of another, her or me, the other person is taken care of at least for a specific amount of time until they get back on their feet. And the gym, because again, we're serious in our health. We spend around £50 in gym memberships.
So now moving on to the rest of the budget allocation. The next big chunk goes to stability, and we identify that as the one that we allocate for emergency fund, which we have already established. So we have 6 months of emergency fund, and then also we have saved up for amount of money that we can take with us when we go to the US, because basically we will be starting over again in a way. And then lastly, we have also the expenses for our move to the US, such as transferring our licenses from Northern Mariana Islands to Pennsylvania, CGFNS, courier fees, and everything else. And that's 39%. The next one is for investments. So currently, we are investing around £615, and that's 11%. That is for Vanguard, and then at the same time, other investments that we are doing here. Next thing is the fund, which is really the fun part of all this budgeting. So we have both agreed that we will allocate £100 for going out, and most of the time we don't really spend it, but there are other times that we also go over the budget, but it all levels out in a year. On top of that, we both get £100 each, and we get to spend that wherever we want to, without questions asked. So yeah, that's why it's fund, and that is 4% of our budget. And then lastly, we are sending money to the Philippines, and that is only around 1% of our budget, which is around £72. So in total, that is 100% of our salary. Again, thank you so much for spending this time with us. I hope this information helps. And if you'd like us to talk more about this topic, or if there's anything you'd like us to share with you, please comment below. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and bye! See you next time. Babe!